So I've had this 2-pack for a while now. I figured it was a great time to review this, finally open it up and review it. Now that the season 2 of Last of Us HBO has wrapped and finished, I don't know. I figured it was the perfect time to finally get into this. I don't know what took me so long to open it and to really dive into this 2-pack, but here we are. This is the PlayStation Last of Us Part 1 versions of Joel and Ellie. So this is younger Ellie, and this is a slightly younger Joel. And this is, man, I forget the company that makes these. They don't really advertise it. Oh, here it is, Spin Master. My bad. It's on the back. Spin Master makes these. Here is the back of the box right there. Very cool. It's just a image from the game itself, screenshot, based off of the remake. So it's got the the better graphics for sure. And they come packed in quite a bit, looks like. So let's just dive right into it. So these figures are actually pretty decent. It's nothing breathtaking, but it's actually pretty impressive considering this line kind of came out of nowhere, and it came and PlayStation elected to go with Spin Master, which I feel like I've heard that name before, but I never really paid attention to what they produced. They definitely never really produced articulated action figures that I know of or that I've been interested in. So my expectations for this line and series was not very high, but once I got Aloy and Kratos, that changed because it showed me that they really could make some decent articulated figures. And yeah, I really wanted to see more from them, and I definitely wanted figures from my favorite video game possibly of all time. And here it is. What can I say? We got Joel and Ellie domestic release for the first time in 6-inch scale, and they are actually pretty good. And they come packed full of accessories. I don't know if I'm just conditioned at this point to not expect any accessories because, man, in 2025 we get nothing. Everything's bare bones, especially from Hasbro. So it's just so weird, and I'm a little overwhelmed with the amount of accessories I had to take out of the package because at this point it's not normal anymore. But it's nice to see. Definitely nice to see from a domestic release. So let's start off with accessories. Why not? Move these two to the back. And first up, we have Joel's backpack with some detail, some paint, some tape, some patches. Looks like it's been ripped and torn. He's just been trying to fix it because it's the only backpack he has. The one thing they are choosing here is like a very glossy, shiny plastic, which I'm not a fan of. It's just too shiny, too glossy with the light on it. That's the only gripe I have on the backpack. Here's Ellie's backpack, a little bit better. The detail and the paint apps are all there, like the buttons, the little keychain that she has hanging here, the pins, everything's there. The tape, the flashlight, pretty cool, man. I like that. I like seeing that. Of course, we have Ellie's knife right here, switchblade, and then we have her pistol. Again, this is Joel and Ellie from the first game, the original one. Here is a shotgun, which could be used by either of them, but probably Joel. Then we have a machete, which is probably for Joel as well, but again, could go either way. We have a bow and arrow. This is definitely for Ellie, but in the game, you can use a bow and arrow with Joel. Then we get the rifle, and these weapons are actually painted and detailed, unlike Hasbro weapons. Crazy. Of course, we have Joel's pistol right here. Very cool. It's painted, hilt, and the gunmetal painted. So next up, we have the hands. The figure comes with a pair of fists. That's for Joel, and then Ellie does not have any fist, but she has these open-ish grabbing hands already attached, and her alternate hands are actually to serve the accessories. So like this one right here, that's for the, of course, bow and arrow. As you can see, this is a trigger finger hand, so for the gun. Then we have this right hand, which definitely looks like a machete wielding hand or a weapon wielding hand, and so does this one right here. So a little bit of a different angle. And then for Joel, so we got like a trigger finger hand right here, and then this hand is like a little cupping hand. I assume this is to put underneath the barrel of the shotgun. We have this grabbing hand that could be for anything, bow and arrow or machete. Another one right here, and then another cupping hand. So we have two. We can see the difference here. One, the thumb is molded on to the hand, and then the other one, it's not. So definitely one's for a specific weapon, each one. So that's cool, man. Pretty impressed by the array of weapons we got. If I remember correctly, this 2-pack was $50, so that comes out to $25 per figure. For the same price as a Marvel Legend, why do Marvel... I don't want to get into this, but I guess I'm slightly getting into it. Why are Marvel Legends coming bare bones empty? You know what I'm saying? Or no paint, no nothing. Well, this guy right here, as we're up close and personal, check out the paint apps on the figure. So we got shoelaces painted, the boots are painted. Now we do get pins. Spin Master is not pinless yet. So unfortunately we do get pins. That's one thing that Hasbro is spoiling us with, is the pinless tech. Now we want that with every single toy line. The pinless tech is good. You know, these little circles. Preferably would like not to see them, but I don't mind it when the rest of the figure looks like this, you know. For the shirt, good detail there, the arm. His watch could have been painted a little better. It's cool. Honestly, it's not bad, but like parts around where they were trying to paint the wristband, it gets a little sloppy with the skin tone. That's a little nitpick there. As far as the body of Ellie, again, the jeans are dry brushed. The shoes are all fully painted. And the shirt right here, the arms, and then here's the back. The hair as well. Look at the paint on the hair. Here's the face sculpt up close, and I think the likeness is pretty damn good, if you ask me. That is actually really good. Oh, the first game is so nostalgic for me. I can't believe it came out in 2013. It feels like it hasn't been that long, but it really has. Here's the face sculpt for Joel. It's a little on the glossy side, I must say. I guess we can say he's sweating his ass off right now, but he's too shiny. You know, that's the only gripe. They got to get that right. You see how shiny the beard is, how shiny the face is. Other than that, the likeness is actually decent too. I think Ellie's is a little bit better. Hers isn't as shiny, and I think that's what makes all the difference. Look at the difference there. That's crazy. Yeah, I wish they would fine tune this and make it a little better. If this line even continues, because I think they stopped making the figures already. I hope we get a Last of Us Part 2 Joel and Ellie and Abby and Tommy. I'm getting out of hand, and we're not going to see Tommy or Jesse, but that would be cool, man. If this line were to get that deep, you know, if it would dive into characters like Isaac and like the Seraphites, and that's daydreaming at this point, but hey, a man can dream, right? I don't know what happened here. Like the difference between Ellie and Joel's hair too. It's like Ellie's is like super nice, and then Joel's is, I don't know. It's just like they didn't sculpt it or texture it enough. Like there's texture and sculpt, but it's too shiny. I think that's what it is. Anyways, aside from that, it's good likeness, and the backpacks fit like a glove. They look great. They don't look weird. They fit perfectly fine. So I like seeing that. For Joel, his head will move up pretty well. It goes down left and right. They're all on ball joints, so they tilt very nicely, and then the neck is separately articulated as well. The arms will go forward, and they do go back down. They go in and out about this far. We do get bicep swivels, single joint to the elbows at a 90-degree bend, though. Hinges at the wrist with a swivel, and then we do get the diaphragm ball jointed torso and waist. So actually pretty decent ab articulation or torso articulation. Soft pliable shirt, so it helps with the movement. Legs will kick forward that far, in and out. Wow, he does the full split. Are you serious? Yeah, he sure does. Like he even needs to, but it's funny because we can't even get Spider-Man figures to do that. There's a thigh swivel. There's a double jointed knee. There you go. And then we have an ankle that hinges forward and back. Do they rock? Oh yeah, they do have little rockers. Look at that. And they swivel. As for Ellie, the head pops off, as you can see, but it's a ball jointed peg. Interestingly enough, they don't come with head swaps. So, but they can pop off. Up, not so much because then it pops up, but she looks up a little bit, looks down, pretty good. All right, that's a problem. Head keeps popping off. Side to side. Ponytail is articulated too, by the way. So that can move to either side if you want. Neck is separately articulated. We got the arms going all the way around. They go in and out. They do. Let's see if they have bicep swivels. Yep, they do have bicep swivels underneath the sleeve, and she has a bit of a butterfly joint in there for the shoulders, which is gonna help with the bow and arrow. The elbows are single jointed. They bend a little bit further than 90 degrees. Then we get a hinge, a side hinge for this hand, but the hands vary in regards to the side hinges or regular hinges, and they swivel. Torso is gonna be a diaphragm slash ab crunch or lower ab crunch, so she could literally sit and I mean look at that, it's crazy. So good range on the torso. Legs, not so much. Let's see here. Yeah, not so much for whatever reason. We do get double jointed knees, which is cool. We do get the thigh swivel. Ankles will go forward and back, and they do rock. Yep, no swivel though, but they do rock. Alright, so here we have the Spin Master Kratos figure that also looks pretty good. And standing next to Joel, he is taller. I think he should be a lot taller, honestly, because I think he's a lot taller. And then I do have the Spin Master's Aloy, which looks fantastic as well. And she stands a little shorter than Joel. Instead, we can see Ellie next to Aloy. Right there. And we can see Kratos now. Next to Ellie. So here we have Ellie from The Last of Us Part 2, the second game, by NECA. I totally forgot. I don't know how I forgot that NECA did release a 2-pack, but it was based off the second game, not the first game. So still, my comment earlier about this 2-pack being the first domestic release of these two is true, because it's the only time they've released it, the first game version of Joel and Ellie in 6-inch scale like this. But NECA did release The Last of Us Part 2, and you can see their scale is always bigger. They have like 7-inch figures, 7 to 8-inch figures. So she looks gigantic next to little Ellie, but she should be taller, of course, and older, as she is in the second game. But if I were to take this Ellie out and put our Spin Master Joel, you can just see how the scale doesn't work at all. Now we're going to keep this Joel here and throw in the NECA second game Joel. And of course the scale is going to be off because it's a bigger scale. Look how much bigger he is because of the scale difference there. But there is Last of Us Part 2 Joel. That 2-pack was actually pretty cool as well. I dig it quite a bit. Let's just show it real quick. Just a quick comparison, because we may not see these in Spin Master form. I don't know. I don't think the line's going to survive it to make it that far. So there's Joel and Ellie. So now that is the scale. That's obviously they scale well with each other because that's what they're meant to be. But Joel's still a little taller, and Ellie is much taller than she was in Part 1. Alright, so this comparison is quite interesting because this is the Lim Toys, a third-party company that made the Last of Us figures from Part 1. I didn't officially include these in my statement about 6-inch figures of Part 1 video game because it's not an official release. It wasn't widely available online or in stores like the Spin Master one. It was a third-party company that just made it unlicensed, obviously. So here's the Ellie version of that. It's not the greatest thing ever. The face sculpt is definitely off. And the domestic release here is better. It really is. The face sculpt is what sells it. But as you can see, this version has actual fabric clothing, so that's what makes this really, really cool. But there's a comparison between the two. It scales a little bit bigger than the Spin Master's version right there. Now, Joel, on the other hand, is actually a little bit better than that Ellie. They just made the eyes a little bit dark and baggy. But other than that, the face sculpt's a lot better than that Ellie. And you can see, got them in a very similar pose here. He's a little bit bigger too in scale. So there we have it. There is the 2-pack of The Last of Us Part 1 the video game Joel and Ellie by Spin Masters. Awesome 2-pack. What can I say? It's very, very good. I love it. I wish we would get more. I wish we would get clickers. I wish we would get all the other side characters, but that's just not going to happen. I don't see it, unfortunately. But at least we got the main characters here, and I'm happy about that. So with that said, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.